Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back or welcome to another Bangs Audio review. Today, I've got the Kinera Freya 2.0 for ya. This one's going to be fun. So, for those of you who don't know, Kinera likes to name their main IMs, so that would not be under the Celeste or under Queen of Audio, but their main IMs get named after Norse gods and goddesses. And Freya happens to be both the goddess of beauty and, I believe, of like strategic warfare, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, she's a badass for sure. Love and beauty are at my command, no doubt. We'll do a quick run over the specs and slow ramp unbox. It's going to take forever. I apologize in advance. Here's what we got in the box, right? You got... Alright, I'm not even going to bother. There are ear tips. Oh gosh, really should do this. Come on, you can do it. There are quite a number of ear tips, actually. Nice selection, including final Type E ear tips and some of their own, which are very, very good. Make it clear, make it real. Yeah, make it faster. Bangs. There we go. Much better. Owner's manual. The artist, which is really pretty cool. She describes why she designed the shell's faceplate the way that she did. So there we go with those. And then, this is what I'm talking about. Ear tips, and more ear tips. Final Type E in here, like I think 5 different sizes. Then they've got vocal and balanced on their regular ear tips. I ended up using these balanced ear tips in the medium size, and they actually fit in my ears, which is rare. I usually have to do like a medium and a large, or a medium and you know, medium large, stuff like that. But anyway, it worked out well. You also get the cleaning tool, and you get 3.5 and 4.4 terminations for the cable. I love their unboxing presentations. I mean, they just feel and look so premium. It is really nice. If you're gonna sell a $270 set, which these are at full retail, you should make it nice, and they did. So the case is spectacular. It is a beautifully designed, I guess it's leatherette, but it feels like it could actually be leather. Plenty of room in there. The final Type E's. There we go. And then the cable, which is a high purity silver plated copper. I think it's like a 5 or 6 core. They're not screwing around. This would be like a level up from the Ace cable, and it is, as you can see, modular. No issues with this connection coming apart at all. So cable is fan-freaking-tastic. No need for cable swapping. No need for ear tip rolling, unless you want to. You can always do that if you want to. But everything you need is in the box. And then some. You can see the faceplates on these are absolutely gorgeous. The build is 3D printed resin. It is finished perfectly, and they are just gorgeous. The shells are not super big either, and they fit like, I don't know, they're a perfect fit. I mean, they really are. You put them in and they're gone. And that's the best thing you can hope for IMs, honestly. And for the price point, they should do that, right? You want the most in comfort, along with the best sound and the best accessories. In my opinion, that's what you're getting with the Freya 2.0. I never did try the first Freya. If it gets low enough in price, I might pick it up. Based on the second Freya, that might be something that I'll do. As far as the specs go, as I said, it's a 3.5 and 4.4 terminated modular cable. You've got 1 DD and 3 Knowles BAs inside of the shells. 2-pin 0.78 for your connection. 105 decibels on your sensitivity. 20 ohm impedance, and 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz for your frequency range. Yes, So, how about those Knowles BAs, huh? 3 of them. These are not the budget Knowles, guys. These are the real freaking deal. I can tell you that for sure. The Freya. She's a goddess. She came along with me for quite a number of activities, actually, and, she wasn't super thrilled to be on the riding mower, I will say that, but she did sound isolation just fine. We went to the grocery store together. She did very well there. We did some vacuuming together. She did really well there. That's my life. That's my dad life, right? But I think that use case is important because they've got to be comfortable, they've got to stay put, and they've got to block enough sound where you're able to enjoy your music even if you're doing noisier stuff in noisier environments, right? So yes, performed well in all of those situations. Another use case, which is not something I usually do, but I have been doing more of lately because people like to know how IAMs perform with gaming, and I would say these did exceptionally well with gaming. I'm an older, gamer, so I still rock the PS4, and I'm still rocking Fallout 4. But that game has a lot of dynamics. It has, immersion. It has explosions. It has dialogue. It has, everything. Placement, footsteps, people coming behind you, in front of you. Let's just suffice it to say that the Freya did everything extraordinarily accurately and very, just really gorgeous insofar as feeling like you're in the actual game. I find that I had I have a set of HyperX Cloud Alpha wired headphones. Those are now my son's for when he plays his drum set for hearing protection, because I found that I like IEMs much better for gaming purposes. I just do. Some people may prefer headphones. Some people obviously want wireless. Fine, that's okay. You can plug these into a Bluetooth DAC amp and have them sitting right in your lap, or in the case of the PlayStation, you just hook up the 3.5 adapter and plug them right into the controller. And I think you can do that with PS5 controllers too. The DualSense should work the same. They were great for gaming. Really, really, really good performance. So, if you look at them, now that I'm looking inside the clear shell, you can see the dynamic driver. I think that's a 9.2, and then the 3 Knowles balanced armatures are in there as well. It's nice to be able to see them and then have a faceplate that's just freaking gorgeous like these are. Anyway, onto sonic impressions. So I was coming off of the ISN H30, and that was a really surprisingly good experience. I was not expecting. And, having that kind of soundstage immersion, going into the Freya 2, I was almost expecting to be disappointed, but not quite. We're talking more than double the price. So I was hoping I wouldn't be disappointed in their performance more than anything, because I love me some Kinera. And the good news is that I was not. Thank God. Now, here's what happened. Because I did the Sino in between the H30 and the Freya 2, the Sino really messed with my Pinagain calibration. So when I first put the Freya 2 in, I was like, lady, stop shouting at me. Because these actually have quite the energetic ear gain, but they need it, because if you're going to be as detailed and extended and energetic as these are, then the Pinagain is a super important part of it. So it took me a full day to readjust my hearing to basically understand what I was listening to and appreciate what I was listening to. It may not be that difficult for you, but I can tell you one thing: if you're coming off of a low Pinagain set like the Sino, they are going to sound shouty right out of the gate. They're not. They're very well done in that respect. It was just a stark contrast. So, energetic pinna gain, energetic treble, extended, sparkly, airy treble. Definitely immersive, 3D-like soundstage. These were as adept at that as the H30 was, and I would expect no less. For $270, they had better be. And they were. This is where I think they kind of separated themselves, at least for me, from your, let's say, sub 200, $100, $200 sets, right? Because we all love it when we get amazing sets like that, and they're in that price range, and there are definitely a lot of options out there. So what on earth would make somebody want to pay $270 or more for a set? Well, it better be the performance, and it better be the sound quality, and it better be the extension in both the treble and in the sub bass. And luckily for all of us, these guys have that. So what I would call this as an overall signature is balanced. I'm not going to call them neutral because they're way more energetic and exciting than that. But you can listen to any genre with them. They do not have a limitation. So I did listen to everything from the Anna Netrebko aria to Slaughter to Prevail, Agony, and everything in between, and they were just gorgeous in their presentation of any and all music that I threw at them. So that is something that you would absolutely expect from a set in this price range. The sound quality is superior to just about any set that I've tried. I would say the closest one would be the cousin, the Queen of Audio Adonis. They brush up against the Freya, but I wouldn't say they're quite to that level of sound quality. These guys are literally music to your ears in whatever kind of music you're listening to. Boom. Done. Like, it could be an endgame set for a lot of people, I think, because of how well it performs all the way throughout the frequency response, and because of how well it performs all across musical genres, right? Hip-hop, you've got just that amazingly impactful, textured, tactile bass. For metal, you've got controlled but extended treble. So even though you've got, maybe a lot of cymbals getting struck and, people riding the crash cymbal instead of the ride, it's intense. Freya's like, no big deal. I got this. No problem. I'm a goddess. I can handle it. There you go. I don't have anything bad to say about them. It's all good. Everything that I heard on these was fantastic, as I said. I don't feel like they have any kind of weakness. The shell size is right. The cable is beautiful. It's just there's everything right and nothing wrong, right? The question is, do you or can you spend $270 to get them? If you do, you won't be disappointed. I can promise you that. But they are that much, right? That's the only thing. For some people, 270 is completely out of reach, and I completely understand it. And for those people, then the Adonis or the H30, they're your go-tos right there, okay? Like that will do it. I'll even throw in the Shanling Sono for under $100 because it's a pretty special set too. 2 DDs, 1 BA, not 1 DD, 3 BAs, but get the idea. Yeah, I mean they definitely outclass the Chopin. As much as I love it, the bass on these is definitely of better quality and just as much quantity, but it's more, you feel it more. It's more tactile. Other comps, it's like the Adonis's big brother. Just everything is a little bit smoother and deeper and wider. And insofar as it comparing to the H30, it just has better sound quality. You know, it's got better, well, slightly, let's call it slightly better drivers in it. And, you know, just to understand this, because the H30 has a Knowles and a Sonian in there. Knowles and Sonian don't just make one driver each. They make a variety of different drivers. They make a ton of different balanced armature drivers of different prices and different qualities. So even though it's fairly safe to assume if a product, if an IEM has a Knowles or a Sonian in it, that it's going to sound good, it is safe to assume that, yes. It doesn't mean that the very best one is in there every time. I would say that the Knowles BAs that are in the Freya 2.0 are of the higher quality that they produce. And that is probably why the price is what it is. Higher cost of manufacture, higher cost of the internals is going to give higher cost to the consumer. The question is, are they worth it? And the answer is yes, they are. And at some point, I will be buying them. Not immediately. There's other things already on the way and gonna have to save up for it, but at some point I will make the Freya 2.0 mine. And that's basically the highest recommendation I can give. If I'm willing to spend the money on it, if I'm willing to save up to buy them, that's the highest recommendation. So, if you have the means, I highly recommend getting one. Is that from Ferris Bueller? I think so, yeah. Credit where credit's due. That's going to wrap it up, guys. I don't have really a lot else to say. They're just a beautiful IEM. They're every bit worth the price that is being asked. You can probably find them on sale during Carnival for less. In fact, I'm sure you can. So, you know, next sales cycle, maybe I'll be looking at them, or a couple sales cycles down the road. But yeah, absolutely worth it. Fantastic IEM. Might even make it in my top 5. The only thing that would hold them back is the price from making my top 5. But if they're not in it, they're right outside of it. That's going to wrap it for today, folks. The Celeste Relentless is next. That'll be up in the next couple of days. For now, love y'all. Nothing but peace to you. We'll see you soon. Enter that science contest. Win yourself a free set of IAMs. I'm serious. Just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. That's all you got to do. Subscribe, comment, done. See ya.